Howdy doody time. It's howdy doody time. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's around 8:30. I said I would be here around 8:30, and it is around 8:30. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is Wednesday, hump day. It's hump day Wednesday. Hump day Wednesday. Seeing what the market has in here that's interesting to us today. Premarket 68.51. Okay, premarket high. Premarket high. Y'all see the numbers? Y'all can see my charts. Good morning. Good morning. Educator to trader here. Arlissa here, trying to see what Wednesday hump day has to offer us. Let's go see what yesterday looked like, because yesterday was really an exercise in roller coaster riding. That's what yesterday felt like a roller coaster ride. It felt like it wanted to get going, then was like, well, maybe I don't, maybe I don't want to ride. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. All right. This was yesterday. All right. So we opened with a gap up open yesterday. I'm gonna mark it here with me a little gray here. There was a gap up open. This was the gap that opened in the morning, right? Let me see. I'm gonna make it another color so you can see that was the gap. The feel of the gap was this pretty orange. Nah, I don't like that color. Maybe we'll go with there we go. That little pinkish red color was what the gap feel looked like. Right? That was the gap, not the gap fill. That's what the gap looked like when we first opened yesterday. Gap up, opening. I think this was, I thought we were going to have a gap. Now, hey, Miss Marsha, even though it gapped up yesterday morning, I'm thinking about Monday. It gapped up, right? Did a little more moving upwards. Look at this. This is the 15-minute candle. It moved up to 68.43. So it gapped up first. It gapped up to 68.32. Ran on up to 68.43. Hit a hard stop pretty much. This is a set of tweezers right here in the middle. Nope, I don't want another of those. I'm trying to move this around so we can see what happened. What had happened was, we're trying to see what had happened. All right. So we moved up to 68.43, pulled back real hard, right? So we got right to VWAP, went on up from there, pulled back super hard from 68.43 back down to 68.29. What, 13, 14 points drop? Big drop right here. If I was to stretch it out, maybe don't look as big when you look in here, but we had dropped right back down into the gap. Right? The next candle opens right here, right? So even though it opens right here, it still drops down further into the gap. So the next candle opens, it opens red basically and drops down some more, down to 68.22. So we go from 68.43 to 68.22 in the matter of 15-ish minutes. Right? So people are thinking we're going down. Let me put my opening range on here, because let you know that's the opening range for the 15 minutes. Those dotted red lines let you know that's what was going on. Hey, Tanya. Drops out, little bit out, peaked out the top, a little bit up here, peaked out. Didn't stay out on either side. It dropped out the bottom, didn't stay out. Went out the top, didn't stay out. That's why we got to watch for candle closing. Okay, this is a public service announcement. You must wait for the candles to close, because it looks like it's going somewhere and then it pulls right back into the opening range. It started off right here, went up a little bit, but it didn't stay up there. So don't, you got to watch. Okay. Anyway, drops down. Drops out of the bottom of the opening range. This is where that next candle opened down here. It drops further. So we are out of the opening range at this point. But it climbs, because it's the 15-minute chart. It climbs back up and closes inside the opening range again. Again, notification, you must wait till the candle closes. It's not just where it goes, it's where it closes. Okay? Because this candle would have made you think we were going down. And we did go down some more later, but not on this candle. All right? So price recovers, goes back up. Now we're out of the opening range to the upside. Now you're officially out. It does close out of the opening range to the upside here. It does, right? Next candle, again, hits a hard stop, 68.48, which we've seen 68.50 be resistance anyway. 68.50 here is the weekly high. You can see on the top of my chart here, there was a previous week high, was at 68.50. Those lines, those places will play support and resistance. A previous week's high is going to play resistance. Like, oh, last week, this is as high as we went. That means we're going to have a hard time going past there and staying past there this week. All right. Not saying you won't go, but it's going to be hard to stay past there. So the price went up, but we can't stay up here. There was a gap up here, though. Remember, there was a little bit of a gap I told y'all that was left from, let me go back to the daily chart. I'm doing way too much teaching. But there was a little piece of a gap left back from the 12th of November. We got a piece of it on Friday, but we didn't finish off the gap from Friday. When we did our run on Friday, ran up and filled a lot of this gap. This was the original gap from, actually it was bigger than this, but you can see it here on the chart. This was the original gap, right? It filled some of it, but it didn't get all of it, didn't get filled. Okay, so there was a little bit left, is what I'm saying. I don't think that was even the gap. Let me fix that, because I don't think that was the gap we were working on. Anyway, I'm not going to get all deep in that, because we've worked that in our charting and training call, and I'm not trying to work that on a YouTube video. Okay. Anyway, there was a little bit of a gap left that was not yet finished filling. SPX, though, yesterday said, I will go back like I left something. And it went back and got it. All right. This little run to the top here went to go get the rest of that gap that was left behind. That's why you need to know SPX, ES, because that's really what it is. It's ES. It will go clean up. It will go clean up. But once it's gone back to clean up, it's like, okay, our work is done here. And then what did it do? Pull right back off there. You see that the price ran up into this zone, into the 50-51 zone, but it did not stay up there. Go back to the 15-minute chart so we can still see what was happening. The rest of what happened yesterday, I'm here way too long. Anyway, price went up. Once it got the rest of its work done up here in the 68.50 area, notice it said, okay, I went to clean up what needed to be cleaned up on aisle 68.50. It went and cleaned up on aisle 68.50. And then it pulled right on back. It never went back up there yesterday. Not saying it won't go today, but it didn't go back up there yesterday. All right. Pulled back off of there. VWAP was lost in the 11 o'clock hour, 11:30. We did come down and hit a good little support at 68.13. It went a little lower than that. Went down as low as 68.06. You could assume that 6,800 would be support, even if it didn't drop as high, as low as that. That's a psychological number. Everybody wants it to stay above that. So it dropped down to what would have been a weekly low. 68.13 was a previous week's low. I just talked about the previous week's high up here. A previous week's low was 68.13. Right here, played support. Boom, boom. Ran back up, looked like it was going to recover VWAP a little bit, lost it again, stayed under for the most part. But if you look over the course of the day, really, it just kind of stayed in a range. It went up, down, up, down, up, down. Even if we change to the 30-minute chart and you look at what happened on SPX, once the gap up got filled, it gapped up yesterday. Once that gap up got filled, by this price action, so it went up, got to 68.50, filled that gap, came back down, got the rest of the gap that it left in the morning. Like I left something down here too. I cleaned up on aisle 68.50. I came down here and cleaned up on aisle 68.12. It came and cleaned up all down here. Once all the cleaning was done, it just kind of sat around the rest of the day, kind of languished back and forth. Like, I'm just going to chill out for a minute, burn up your cash, because that's what it'll do if you're a buyer. People think, oh, we're going up again, and hop in calls. Oh, this one, we're going down again, hop in puts. All you're doing right here is chopping up your money, because this is all Chop City. Ran up like we're really going. Now, if you are one who can jump in stuff and get in just for short periods of time, then yes. But to me, SPX costs too much to be buying calls and puts quickie. You need to be doing something different, which for us is put credit spreads and call credit spreads. Okay. Put credit spread down here. After you got a good reversal down here, after we got a reversal at the top, call credit spread, and then we let the day go. Yesterday was a great day for iron condors. Now, what's harder to do when you're in situations where it's moving quite like this is we really like a trend. We really like a trend because we like to do our PDT hack to lock up our trades. But yesterday was a really good day for iron condors. Okay, but we still got some monies off the day. We still got some monies off the day. So that's what we do. We still got money off the day. All right, let's go and see what today holds. That was yesterday. I don't spent 12 minutes, 15, 17 minutes talking about yesterday, 12 minutes. And now let's go talk about today. Okay. The VIX is at 1631. VIX down because we were in the 20s last week. VIX down week before last. VIX down means the market's trying to go up a bit. So, trade accordingly. All right. Trade accordingly. As I say, trade what you see, which means you need to know what you're looking at on those charts. Come on, give me what I want. All right. That's the VIX, or the VIC as some people call it. Come on, Yahoo Finance. I turned on all my stuff so it would be ready to rock and roll. And now I come into here and it want to act slow. Slow. There we go. Maybe you decided to do right. Private employers unexpectedly shed jobs in November. Oh, clearing off the plates. U.S. private employers lost 32,000 positions in November, with job creation seemingly locked in a standstill. Stock futures edge up after ADP jobs data shows surprise decline. Apple's leadership shift marks a major reset in AI strategy. Bets jump on rate cuts from Trump-led Fed shift. Earnings, Macy's falls after Q3 profit beat. AEO, which is that American Eagle, and Marvel surge. Salesforce stock historically cheap as AI risk takes a toll. Women are just guessing how much they'll need to retire. Bitcoin hits 2-week high in cautious crypto recovery. Cautious recovery. The Fed data suggests central bank has stopped losing money. That may be something that makes things bullish. Brazil 2025 chicken exports to rise despite bird flu trade ban. Oh my. That's the kind of stuff that'll make you go vegetarian. Just if it don't come out the ground, I don't want it. But they'll still give you fake stuff out the ground. Lord have mercy. Good morning. I think I said hey to Tanya. Hey, my day, Littlefield, and hey, Janae. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Happy hump day. Pre-market. Dow futures are up. S&P futures green. NASDAQ futures green. Woo-hoo. Oil is green and 10-year bonds are red. Stock futures climb as Bitcoin bounce. Too many things together. Continues. Very good. Stock 600, DAX, and the FTSE Milano are all green. FTSE, CAC are red. Hugo Boss falls 11% as 2026 forecast points to challenging year ahead. European markets edge higher. In Asia, we've got 3 red. Nifty 50, Hang Seng, and Shanghai are all red. ASX and Nikkei are green. Crypto, everything's green over in crypto land. Bitcoin is at 93,000. It was down in the 80s yesterday. I saw somebody post about, somebody made a post like, folks were saying, why would you buy Bitcoin down here? It looks like it's falling off. And the person replied back and said the strat. They're a strat trader, and according to the strat, it had made the reverse, and In Strat we trust. Yes, according to the candles, it had turned, and it has, according to this. Ethereum, Solana, Dogecoin, and XRP, everything is back in the green. Yay, for people who are there. And if you bought in the 80s, people who were buying in the 120s, it's like, if you liked it in 120 at 120,000, you should have loved it at 80,000. I mean, like, been buying all you could. Like I thought this purse was good at $120. It's great at $80. I thought this car was phenomenal at 120K. And if it's 80K and I'm willing to buy it at 120K, then I'm sure enough willing to buy it at 80K. We think about it that way for everything but stock. So when the stock starts falling, we're like, the sky is falling. I can't buy it at 80. You were buying it at 120. Go buy it. It's on sale. We buy stuff on sale at the mall all the time. People are in the mall. Some people, there's kind of a boycott thing going on right now. So a lot of people ain't in the malls these days. They gonna feel it. Can you feel it? Target felt it. Try us. You'll feel it. Okay, so things going on this week. Today's Wednesday, right? So non-farm employment change was this morning at 8:15. Import prices month over month at 8:30, 9:15. We've got capacity utilization rates. 10 o'clock data, ding, ding, ding. 9:45 and 10 o'clock, we will have PMI data. So just expect some volatility at 10 o'clock. All right, expect some volatility at 10. Crude oil inventories really should be orange. 2:30, President Trump is speaking again. Today is Wednesday. 2:30, President Trump is speaking again. I'm not sure why they made this orange. They need to quit playing with us. As they said, don't quit playing in our face. We know this need to be red. So 10 o'clock and 2:30, be prepared for some volatility, okay? Okay, let's see what we got here for today. 8:30, we already passed there. Capacity utilization rate, yep, PMI, 9:45 and 10 o'clock. 10:30, crude oil is 10:30. See, they got 3 stars here. Investing.com knows the deal. President Trump is here. They also got him for 3 stars. So yes, the president speaks is automatically 3 stars. Forex need to quit playing. No matter what he says, people are listening. So no matter what gets said, it's going to be 3 stars. All the stock market waits to see what's said. Okay, that's how that goes. That's how that goes. Period. They need to quit playing. Let's see what's up for earnings. Today we had Dollar Tree this morning. Come on, respond. I'm trying to make it bigger. There we go. Dollar Tree had earnings this morning. Macy's, RBC, Sprinkler, and Thor this morning. This afternoon, Salesforce or CRM. Snowflake, C3 AI, UiPath, Five Below, Guidewire, Health Equity, Descartes, PVH, and Tilly's. Tomorrow morning, before market opens, Dollar General, Kroger, UP Fintech, Hormel, Build-A-Bear Workshop, CIBC, SAIC, TD Bank, Donaldson, and Hovnanian is all tomorrow morning. Okay, let's go see what Adam had to say. $5 tree. That's what we call the $5 tree, because it's definitely not the Dollar Tree anymore. We are on day 3 of flag formation and basing in SPX as we prep for a trend and runners keep paying. I posted yesterday 68.23 reclaim triggers the long. Targets given were 68.31 hit, 68.41 hit, 68.51 were 2 points off. Roger Runner, 68.57, 66.78 are up next. So 3 targets going upward, 68.57, 66, and 78. Put those on your chart. 68.32, 68.14 to 19 are your supports. Below that, you will see a dip. A little bit more of a dip, baby. Dip. We did see that 13 was the strong support yesterday. So if it gets below that, you think there will be a little bit more of a dip. It did go down as low as like 68.06 yesterday. Excuse me. So just know it could go down into that area. The difference between EX and SPX is about 11 points. So if you're following Adam, you need to subtract 11 points from his tweets. XSP range 681 to 688 if you're trading XSP. Okay, put these things on your chart. put these things on your chart, okay? If you are copy trading with us, if you signed up to do copy trading, I have sent some emails. So you need to go check your email. Make sure that you let me know if you cannot. So that way we can make sure that you are included on all the information that you need. We're starting to copy trade on December the 12th. You will be starting. I've been trading for years. You will be able to start seeing getting your copy trades, basically passive income, passive profits, I'm calling it. Passive profits. Passive profits. Who doesn't want those? Oh, I don't want that. I don't want this box. I do want passive profits. Okay, let's look at SPY. Let's look at the charts. SPY. SPY closed yesterday at 681. My brain always wants to give 4 numbers because I talk SPX so much. So I have to change that over when I talk about SPY. 681.46. It is currently at 683.20. So about $1.50, almost $2 up from yesterday's close is SPY. Gap up opening. We're about 30 minutes away from the market opening. So anticipate that. Triple Q closed at 622.03. It is at 623.30, so about $1.30 higher than where it closed yesterday. Keep that in mind. A little bit of a gap open there. IWM closed yesterday at 245.17. It's currently at 246.39, so about $1.20 up from yesterday. If you're in my community, we have a 1 DTE on IWM. And I think we got one on SPX. Do we have both? I think we might have both. I know we got IWM, but you want to put in your close order for our 1 DTE trades from our community if you were in those trades, okay? IWM is up about $1.30, looks like. Okay. We're still running our small account challenge inside of the membership. So copy trading and my membership are still both running. One does not replace the other. I am still educating and doing all the training and teaching and developing master traders in the membership. Membership is where you're learning. We're trading together and we're learning. Copy trading is where you're just copying and earning. Okay? Learning, earning. These two things are mutually exclusive. Of course, I want people who are earning to start to go to learning. But some people just start with the earning and then they get interested and go to learning. But we're going to do both. I'm not going to stop teaching. So we will be learning. Okay, we will continue to be learning. And that's what we do in the membership. Over in copy trading, you're just earning. So if the interest is learning, then the learning happens in the membership. Okay, and they can both be happening at the same time. I got lots of people who are in the membership and they're doing copy trading. I got people who are in E2T University learning who are also in copy trading. You can be doing both. You can be doing both. And I got people who are in copy trading who ain't interested in learning yet. And they're just like, I'm just going to copy for now. And I'm cool with that. All right. Whichever lane suits you, whichever floats your boat, I say, let's go with it. Small account challenge is still going inside the membership. E2T.trading. If you want to come over in there and you can do a trial, you can check out the membership, see how things are running inside of here. You can come and check out how the membership flows. You got a free 7-day pass. Okay, go to www.e2t.trading. You can come get a free pass with us, hang out, start with a few dollars, right? Trade with us each day. And I need to make sure, I got to make sure I tell my VA to add that piece of information to our startup thing so people can get into the chat. And you can come over there and start learning and earning with us over in the membership. All right. Membership includes, what does it include? It includes 0 DTE on SPX, XSP, and now 1 DTE on IWM. profitable strategy for less screen time. We try to be away from our screens as much as possible. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Daily profits to grow our accounts. Yes, training, charting, which is the most important thing, is really learning how to analyze what's going on and still making some profits along the way. I give alerts and I give guidance along the way, right? We're using all the things that's going to help us to be able to generate profits and to grow our accounts. All right. If that's of interest to you, come on over and join us over there. Follow me in all the places. Y'all know this is YouTube. Go ahead and click the notification bell, hit the thumbs up, like and subscribe, do all the stuff you're supposed to do on YouTube. All right. Here we go. E2T Trader's Declaration. I declare I'm a great trader, a successful trader, and a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses. My account is growing steadily. I am a wise, knowledgeable, and patient trader. I need to add the word patient in there just to help myself. I have a strategy that I use for my trades. I don't randomly place trades. I'm a level-headed trader who trades my plan and not my emotions. I'll be doggone. As soon as I placed my trade yesterday and put the alert in the chat, that thing dropped off the map. I looked back to the chart like, what in the world just happened? I had to go delete the alert because it dropped so fast. It was like I didn't even finish typing the alert before the price had dropped into that gap. And I was like, delete. It turns out the alert I gave would have been fine. But at the time I gave it, it felt like it was going to get breached. And they might have gotten breached. It did get breached because the price went down 68.06 and our alert was like 68.20.25. So it definitely got breached, but it ended up at the end of the day being fine. But our trading plan says we will close the trade when your short leg or long leg get breached. That's our trading plan. So I was in the trade already and had to close it because I have to follow the guidelines I've placed for myself. I have to follow the guidelines that I've given to myself. Yes, yes. Janae said that's what patience is. Yes, that is exactly what it is. Absolutely. Okay, Lord, it's you who gives us the power to get wealth. Help us today to trade our strategy with wisdom and knowledge. Allow us to prosper enough to have what we need and enough to be a blessing to others. In Jesus' name, amen. Maybe that is what we do over this season where we're not buying and we're boycotting and doing the things. Maybe we put that extra income that we would have put on buying stuff and we go and find people in places that really need our extra infusion of capital, and we go and bless others with that money, right? We go help people who really do need the help. Now, and now be wise there too, because I have found that there are people who definitely will take advantage. But go and I think you got enough wisdom to identify people and places who really do need the help. All right, who really do. Go if you're in any city, you can go to the downtown or inner city area and you'll find people who are around who are either homeless and or hungry. I think you can go and feed the people. You can go put together those little necessity bags, a bag of deodorant, a bag that has toothpaste and little toothbrushes, bags that have wet wipes, bags that have hand sanitizer. I mean, then you can put together those little goodie bags, a bag with a sandwich in it, or a bag, a bar. I'm talking myself into it. But yeah, let's go and do something like that and hand out things that are needed by folks. Go fix a bunch of sandwiches and pass those out. There's things we can do that will be a better use of our money. Okay. All right. So today in the market, we're going to do what we do every day, right? We're going to stay green and we're going to get this money. Yes. Let's have a really good green day, right? Have a great green day. I will see you all in the market. All right. Goodbye, everyone. Bye-bye.